So welcome back to another episode, and censoring is still going on in video games. Really, in the year 2015. Now, back in my day, when Mortal Kombat got censored on the Super Nintendo, hey, these things happen. I went out and bought the Genesis version. So censoring has always happened through the generations of video games. It's nothing new, but it's still frustrating. I think what bothers me the most about it is I hate being an adult and having other adults dictate what I can and cannot watch and what is deemed appropriate. The only time I believe in a form of censorship is one if you have children and you have a young child. Say I had a young child and he wanted to play Grand Theft Auto and fuck prostitutes and he's 6 years old. No! But that's a parental censorship and I think that's fine. Also, there's ratings on video games, so everybody should be able to do this stuff on their own. It's really unfortunate when companies do things within their video games and everybody starts crying about it. Especially in our internet generation now, everybody starts fucking whining about stuff. Like, okay, the first example is Street Fighter, the new Street Fighter 5. Cammy. So there's a shot of Cammy when she was jumping down, and it was a little bit of a crotch-heavy shot, we'll call it. I didn't even fucking notice until it was brought forward to me. I'm like, oh, okay. They changed the angle so you don't see that as much. Okay, it's like, really? Okay, sure. And then our Mika, her butt slap. It looks like they've censored that as well. And it's like, really? Like, her ass is hanging out. Does it really matter if she smacks her own ass or not? So I just saw that today. I'm like, what the fuck? Also, in Xenoblade X on the Nintendo Wii U, one of the characters was censored there. In the Japanese version, they're pretty much naked. And then in the newer version, she's more clothed and stuff like that. So, what do you guys think of all this censorship stuff? It's always been going down. I remember even South Park got censored in Australia. Like, I just couldn't believe that. Like, wow, really? If it's got an 18 and up rating, isn't that good enough? Like, isn't that good enough? Like, I just hate people. I used to hate it with comic books back in the day. Censoring comic books. That, you couldn't read stuff, that things would get blurred out and whatever. It's like, I'm old enough to make my own decisions if I want to read that comic book. Great example, when I was younger, there was a great, here we go. It happens to be here. A great adult illustrated fantasy magazine called Heavy Metal. And they were science fiction stories in this magazine. But, you know what? You had to be 18 and up to read it. And, yeah, that made sense to me. Even as a kid, I was like, yeah, I shouldn't be reading this. But I read it the fuck anyways. You know what I mean? But I really hate being dictated what I can and not, cannot see. Especially the way it was originally intended. How about this? Originally intended the way it's going to be presented. Instead of giving you something, then saying, no, you can't have it, then changing it. That always pisses people off, no matter what. I wish video game companies would definitely learn from that over time. So, what are some other games that drive you crazy that got censored? I know there's quite a few. I've only mentioned a few right now, but it was just the top ones right now with the Street Fighter 5 getting censored, which is just like, what? What? Really? We're censoring Street Fighter? I remember the boob physics of Chun-Li? They're like, oh, it's a glitch. And, I mean, who fucking cares? Like, seriously, who cares? Like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm just that way. I'm 41 years old. I think I can fucking handle some fucking video game boobs. You know what I mean? I think I can fucking handle that. Even when I was 14 years old, I could handle that as well. But anyways, guys, what do you think of the censorship that's been going on lately? So anyways, guys, until next time.